Hi guys, so today we will be going to learn Green's theorem in a very easy method. So today I will teach you all a very easy method by doing which you will get full marks in Green's theorem and it will be your favorite concept. So let's get started. So for Green's theorem, this is the main formula which you need to all know. So with this formula you will be able to solve all the Green's theorem problem. So it is mdc plus ndy is equal to here these other integrals. So for this one we say it as inner integral and this is the outer integral, and here we have to substitute n and m, and then we have to differentiate and then integrate. So by which doing this we will get the answer. Now let us take a look at the first question. So this is the first question. So this is the question and this is the region which is given. So many students find it difficult to draw the graph and to find out the coordinates, but here I will be teaching you a very easy method by which any student will be able to find the inner and the outer coordinates. Okay, so now let's get started. So first thing what we're going to do is let's find the inner and outer coordinates. Now here you can see LHS, RHS, LHS, RHS, LHS and RHS. Now you have to check the RHS. If any variable is present on the RHS, then that particular variable becomes your outer coordinate. Now for example, here we have y is equal to 0, y square is equal to x, and x is equal to 1. Now here, since we have x sitting on the right hand side, we call it as the outer coordinate. So we say outer x and the inner will become the y. Now if we go to see, here only one x coordinate is given, so we have to find the other x coordinate. Okay, so now here let us find the coordinates for the inner and the outer integrals. Okay, now here we are given x and here we have x is equal to 1. Now we have two y's. Okay, we have two y's given. Now take those two y's. Here one it is y is equal to 0 and here it is y square is equal to x. Now to find the value of the other x, we should actually have two y's and two x. No, but only one x is given. Now to find the value of the other x, what we need to do, we need to simply substitute here the value of x. Now if we substitute here the value of y, if we substitute the value of y here, this will become this. So finally we get x is equal to 0. Okay, and another thing you need to keep in mind is here we can't keep y square on LHS. Okay, so here simply what we do, this square we take it on other side and we give it for the x. So now we have two x's and two y's. Okay, this y, this and this y. So now what we will be doing is, here you need to write for x and y. Now here y is what, 0, and it is this one. So these are the two things we have finally got, and here we have 0 and 1. So 0 will come here and 1 will come here. Okay, so this part is very important and many students face difficulty in searching this part. So you can easily search this part by this method which I have shown you. The method is very simple. You just have to check if any variable is present on the RHS, and accordingly you have to do it. So now what we will do is, now we, for the formula, we want this, we want n and we want m. So m will be what, here you can see in the question, this part will be your m and this part will be your n. Just don't include this dx and dy, don't include this, okay, because they are there in the formula later. So here m is what, 3x square minus 6y square, and n is what, 6xy. Okay, now what we need to do is, we want this, okay, so we want this, so we have to differentiate it with respect to x. So here x will become 1. If we differentiate it with x, x will become 1, so only 6y will remain here. And the same thing here for the y. So here there's no y term, we are doing it with respect to y, there's no y term, so this term, this whole thing becomes 0. So what remains is, here this power comes in front. So when these are derivation formulas, so this power comes here front. So 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, so it will be minus 12y. So you got both the things. Now here the middle part they have subtracted. Now you subtract it the same way. 6y minus 12y, which will give you 6 plus 12, which will give you 18y, which will give you 18y. Alright, so now you have to put this in the formula. The formula is here 18y, this will remain as it is, dx and dy. See, I've just substituted whatever the answer I've got here, keep these things the same. Now here put the outer and inner integrals which you got. Here these are the outer ones, 0 and 1, so it will go from 0 to 1. It is 0 to root x, go 0 to root x. Now here we keep this as it is, dx and dy. Okay, now always remember, first you have to solve the inner integral, okay, the inner integral. So if you're getting confused with all the things, what you have to do is write this separately. Now here we have to integrate it with respect to y, because we took the y value, no, this is x and this is y, so we took the y value, right? So now here this constant remains as it is. Here we have, here you all have to remember this formula, this 1 upon n plus 1. Now here the power of y, there's no power of y, okay, so we consider it as 1. So 1 plus 1 will give you what, y square upon here. See, you have to get that down also, get this. Now if we go to cancel this, we'll get 2 1s are 2 9s are 18. So finally what you get is 0 root x 9y square. You have already differentiated with this, so don't write this part, just write this part. Now you have to put the integrals. So here 9, and in place 0 you don't consider only, because any which ways if you, even if you put 0 you get 0 only, so you don't consider it. So 9, then when you put this root x in place of y, this root and 2 will, square and root will get cancelled, okay. So what will remain is, this is 0 and this is x Now here what you will get is, after this cancelling, you will get 9x dx. Okay, so now this part you got. Okay, here this one here, one integration is remaining, that is x is equal to 0 to 1. This is very simple now. Okay, here what you will do is the same thing, you have to do it again. You have to differentiate it with x, because here only x is remaining. So here keep this as it is. When you differentiate it with x, you get the same thing. This formula which I gave, apply it the same way for x. So x, okay, 9 keep as it is, the constant. X will become 2 because 1 plus 1, and here also 1 plus 1 will become 2. Okay, so here it doesn't get cancelled. Okay, so it will remain as it is. Now when you substitute, okay, now you have to put the integral part upon 2. Put the integral part, so it will give you 0. I told you all not to consider. Then when you put this 1 here in place of x, what will become? If this is 1 here, 1 1 is 1, so only 9 will remain, and this will remain 2. Okay, so the final answer which you will get is 9 by 2. Okay, that's it. This is very simple. Okay, I've done it in a very simple way. Thank you. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you all think this helped you all even a little bit, even a single percent, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you so much. Bye guys.